All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I'm just a little bit late already. I see Starboy saying Miz is late. Sorry, I was just quickly wrapping up my evening prayer. Esha was on, so I had to take my prayers. So I had to finish that so I can come here, just clear mind, and talk to you guys about Manuel Ugarte late last night. I mean, we got the information from Record Portugal stating that it's done. It's done deal. They're the ones who've been breaking the news all along. It's been Record Portugal, and off the back of that, all the publications around Portugal have been stating that Manuel Ugarte has, seemingly accepted Chelsea's offer, and Sporting as well seems to have accepted Chelsea's offer as well. And, it's going to now slowly progress into the next stages. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano, off the back of that, has stated that, look, nothing is completely done deal as yet, but it is advanced. It is advanced. So, but whilst we were all getting excited about Ugarte, boom, comes the French side of the news. Obviously, PSG is interested in Ugarte as well. And the French media has started dropping in that, you know what? Ugarte has agreed on personal terms with PSG, this, that, the other. And they started to put a little bit of fear into the Chelsea fan base. Some people got worried. Some people didn't. Me personally, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look into the news very, very soon. Nearly 200 of you guys are live after only 2 minutes. Please smash the like button. You guys are going to enjoy this particular show. You're going to be enjoying this entire summer window with all the preseason leading up to the new season. It's going to be a blockbuster situation here on the other side of the coin. Smash the like button, pump those likes up to well over 150 straight away. We are so close to 23,000 subscribers. It's not even funny. Thank you to each and every one of you guys that support this channel and pretty much has become part of your life. You guys have become part of my life. So we are all living together, which is fantastic. David Oinstein, Miz. David Oinstein, what's he saying? Don't get me excited. Do not, Oni making all of us horny. You know how that goes. I get excited when I see David Oinstein. Let me see. What did he tweet? Don't get me excited. Don't you dare get me excited. You're lying to me. You are lying to me. You lied to me. There's nothing here. Yeah, I thought so. Some people are still trolling. But yeah, me personally, about the Manuel Ugarte situation, I'm not worried. And I'll tell you why I'm not worried before we start looking at the news, right? Manuel Ugarte, if he really wanted to go to PSG, there's nothing holding him. There's literally nothing holding him. They have offered more money. We're not matching that level of money that PSG is offering in a personal terms. PSG are going to trigger the release clause, which is, I believe, is about 60 million euros. We're going to trigger the release clause, but we're going to add some bonuses as well. I think there's about 5 million in bonuses. And I don't think PSG is doing that. But in order for us to provide that 5 million in bonuses, we've also asked for a longer installment period to pay that out. I think I just saw somewhere, as this transfer saga was building, that it was something around 4 or 5 installments, whereas PSG, I think 60 million over 2 installments or something like that. And PSG is paying more money to Ugarte. We're not. So if PSG is looking to, get this player, and if Ugarte was interested in this player, they would have got this particular player already. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anyone putting fake news like Fab tweet, here we go, and this tweet, here we go, please, to the mods out there, all the mods that's available in the live chat, just time them out. I've got no time for all these Mickey Mouse, fans coming in and just trying to be a bit of a nuisance. No nuisance. We're here talking serious stuff. So if you got some comments, like legitimately put some serious comment down. Don't make stuff up. Miss check Fab. I'm gonna check Fab one time. I'm gonna check because you guys are gonna break my rhythm of conversation, then I lose my track of where I'm going with the conversation. So I'm gonna check Fabrizio Romano one last time, and then after that, I'm not checking. After that, I don't care what you guys are saying. I will not check. 42 minutes ago, Essential. Like 1 hour ago. Yeah, I'll get to that. I've got all that news covered. Don't worry. All of the stuff that Fabrizio is saying, I'll cover that. Okay. All right. So getting back to the whole Ugarte situation. The reason why I'm not worried is if he wanted to go to PSG, he would have gone already. They're offering more money. He would have gone already. The fact that Ugarte's reps have continuously over the last couple of weeks or so has been talking to Chelsea reps on a regular basis, it makes me think that this guy wants Chelsea. This guy wants a Premier League move. He wants to be in the Premier League. And he, of course, looks like he wants Chelsea. If he wanted PSG, he should have been there by now. There's no discussion. They're paying him more money over there. We've increased our offer to 3.5 million, plus with some bonuses added on. So potentially we're coming closer to what PSG is offering, but it is incentivized. On top of that, at Chelsea, you have a manager, Pochettino, who's called him and who's pushing for this particular player to come through. In PSG, there's a question mark in regards to Galtier. Galtier might not stick around at PSG. If I'm Ugarte, I'd be a little bit concerned that should I be going to PSG when I don't even know what is happening with the manager situation. With us, we've sorted the manager situation. We've sorted that. So I'm personally not worried. And everyone, like the closest journalist you should be really relying upon in this particular story is the Portuguese ones. Because Ugarte is in the Portuguese league. So you'd think the Portuguese journalists would have an upper hand on this particular story, not the French ones. So that's just my outlook on it. That's just my outlook. I'm not worried about it one bit. Look, anything can happen. Of course, anything can happen. Things can twist. But at the moment, the way this is set up, I'm not worried one bit. I'm not worried one bit. Unless and until I seriously see that Chelsea has screwed this up. All right, let's check out some news, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, as I said, Shano and Miz, this would be so embarrassing if we mess this up. It would. It would absolutely be so embarrassing. Absolutely. But I can't see any indication how we screw this up right now. Everything that we are seeing and reading from Portugal, in terms of Record Portugal, all the news that's been coming from them, they're the ones who are breaking it proper. Record Portugal are the ones who are on top of this saga like a hawk. I'm not believing some French journalists, even though they are very, very reliable. Even though they're reliable. Like, for instance, let's go through the news now, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'm going to pick up some of your comments to further discuss this situation. Nearly 400 of you guys are live after 9 minutes. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Fabrizio says Chelsea want to get it done next week. Record plus others says he has chosen Chelsea, but this is new development and Santi is good. This is what PYS is saying. PSG hub, Manuel Ugarte has agreed a contract with PSG until June 2028. Sporting won Paris to match Chelsea's offer to seal the deal. So it looks like Manuel, look, it's very common practice for players to have personal terms agreed with many different clubs. That's normal. You need two things to come together: personal terms with the player, and then obviously the terms and conditions with the clubs, with both the clubs. So in this particular scenario, I think we've got the upper hand because we've got a slightly better, package ready for Sporting. PSG are simply going to trigger the release clause. We want to not just trigger it, but also add a few bonuses around it, and a longer installment period because of those bonuses. So right now we've got the upper hand. PSG don't. Now a lot of you guys can say, well, PSG could easily turn around and match that. Of course, but if I'm PSG, seriously, I'm thinking about who my next manager is, man. Is Galtier going to stick around? What's the, obviously Messi's leaving. What's the scenario on Neymar? What's happening with Mbappe? Is he going to stick around as well? There's a lot of stuff that's imbalanced over there. And I'm not saying that things are not imbalanced with us as well. Of course it is. But we are slowly but steadily and surely trying to rectify our situation. Slowly but surely trying to rectify our situation. I don't know what Rambo Rapper is saying. Watching Miz lying to himself, we messed up, done. Well, how have we messed up? I don't understand. I don't understand how we've messed up. So far, everything is indicating that is going our way. I do not understand how we have messed up. And I'll tell you why. Further news off the back of that, off the back of this particular news, further news started to trickle throughout the evening. There is a meeting Sunday afternoon in Porto. So today, between Ugarte, Chelsea, and Sporting to define the details. Reports coming from Surco Fernandes. So must be another Portuguese journalist, probably. There's another meeting. Like, why would Ugarte's reps and why would Sporting continuously have meetings with us if we've stuffed this up? Just go to PSG. PSG is offering more money to Ugarte. I don't understand why the continuous conversation with us. It makes me think that we are closer than PSG on this matter. We are much closer. That's how I'm looking at it. I mean, look, as I said, and as Shanu has said as well, like, it would be embarrassing if we screw this up from here. Been pretty ahead of the curve. Someone said reliable in regards to this particular source, Franco Fernandez, and POS has been pretty ahead of the curve. Let's see. So there you go. And then further news started to drop in regards to this as the night went on. Manuel Ugarte should arrive in London next week to carry out medical tests. Record finds out that the contract is minimum 6 seasons. The agreement was closed yesterday. I mean, this is Record. If we have been believing Record from the get-go, from the beginning, we've been trusting Record on this news, then I honestly don't find a reason why all of a sudden now we should not trust this source anymore. How can we not trust this source anymore? Record is coming out and has been breaking all the news, and off the back of what Record is saying, all other publications, even I'd even say even Fabrizio has been getting bits and pieces off the back of what Record is saying. How all of a sudden now we don't want to trust this particular source? Record just comes out and says that there should be Manuel Ugarte should arrive in London next week. So hopefully start of next week that happens to carry out medical tests. Record finds out that the contract is minimum 6 seasons. The agreement was closed yesterday. Now, off the back of that, this is coming from Julien Laurens, from French journalist, heavily involved with ESPN. So let's see what Julien Laurens has to say. Chelsea are closing in on the signing of Manuel Ugarte. The Blues and PSG have offered to trigger his 60 million clause. Chelsea's adding solidarity payments and various bonuses, which makes their proposition more attractive than PSG. This is from Julien Laurens. Are we still worried? Are we still worried, ladies and gentlemen? Are we still worried? Lucky Toshi is saying, Ms. I only believe Fabrizio Romano news for me. No, fair enough. But Fabrizio hasn't said anything negative on this scenario anyway. So this is what Fabrizio said recently, right? And we'll go to Fabrizio's page as well to have a look at everything. Chelsea considered the Manuel Ugarte transfer advanced. Chelsea consider the Manuel Ugarte transfer advanced, but it's not done yet. It's advanced. Like, we're there. We are there. but it's not done yet. More talks are expected to happen today involving George Mendes. Don't forget, George Mendes. George Mendes is a huge player in this. George Mendes is a massive player in this. George Mendes' friendship with Top Bowley should be a big factor for us. I'm not sure how much of a friendship he's got with PSG. Maybe he does as well over there. I'm certain there's plenty of Portuguese-based sort of players, not necessarily have to be Portuguese background, but players that come from the Portuguese league. Most likely has gone to PSG previously and might have been from George Mendes' wings. But I feel like George Mendes, the way he's helped out with the Enzo Fernandez deal as well, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be helping us with Manuel Ugarte. So that's also a positive point. And on top of that, more conversations. So why have these conversations if you're choosing PSG anyway? Do you know what I mean? PSG are still around, so we have to be careful until contracts are signed. The next few hours are key. This is from Fabrizio Romano. He's saying be cautious, but hopefully contracts will be signed and the next few hours are key. Honestly, I'm hoping we close this off. I truly, truly hope we close this off. Let's have a look at what Fabrizio has been saying about this particular news since it was broken late last night, because he did come out with few tweets about it. I'm going to try and go the most earliest tweet around this. I think this was the latest one. Chelsea advancing on Manuel Ugarte deal and very confident, negotiation not closed or completed yet. There are still details left to get it sealed. But we're getting closer. We are getting closer. I haven't seen these sort of reports in regards to PSG, unless they're doing their business very silently. Chelsea cautious on Ugarte deal until they arrive to document stage after Enzo saga with Benfica in January. Fair enough. But at least we did get the Enzo Fernandez situation wrapped up anyway. And then he had to say more contacts are expected today for Manuel Ugarte deal involving also George Mendes. Chelsea consider the deal now at advanced stage for 60 million fee, but not done or sealed yet, being still careful with PSG around until documents are signed, key hours ahead. And then he further goes on to say one more detail on Manuel Ugarte deal. David Datra Fofana will not be part of the deal despite reports. No chance, not even for a loan move to Sporting. Chelsea and Sporting are not including Fofana in the discussions. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, for me, I'm still confident. I'm still confident that we should close this. If we don't do this from this position, it'll be a mad bottle job. Let's see what you guys have to say now. Let's see. Let me know in the live chat, ladies and gentlemen. Nearly 500 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 300, 400 plus easy. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. So close to 23,000. I want to hear from you guys in the live chat. What are your worries at the moment? Are you worried? And if you are worried, what are your worries? And if you're not worried, if you're confident, tell me why you're confident as well. I think let's make a good discussion about this. Phenomenal Finn. In my opinion, it's all done, but Fab is more cautious until he gets information from his sources that they are signing the document in a few minutes now. Feels like we are ahead of PSG on this one, and it will be a monumental screw-up job if we stuff it up from here. Fabrizio is still Fabrizio. He plays safe until day done deal. Fair enough. King Prince, Ugarte has an agreement with PSG and Chelsea. Sporting is okay with Chelsea offering more than PSG. For the moment, Paris refuses to match the offer of the Blues, Chelsea, and Sporting want to quickly complete. That's exactly how I see it. That is exactly how I see it. Any Caicedo news, nothing latest, but he's 100% in our list as per Fabrizio Romano. And we will be going after this player. Hopefully, we wrap up the Ugarte situation quick, and we will be going after Caicedo straight after that. There is no way Arsenal Football Club will be getting both Declan Rice and Caicedo. It's one or the other. If they are getting Rice, then I don't think Caicedo is happening. And if Man United's chasing after Caicedo, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Let's lock down the Ugarte move for the time being. And also we have to let go of some of these players. Some of these players must have some agreements in place as well. So we need some of these midfielders proper gone, like Mason Mount, Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, this, that, the other, even Conor Gallagher to a certain degree. I'm surprised PSG don't want a French player in Kone. Yeah, and this is the other thing, Joshua. Like I thought the whole reason PSG, they feel like some parts of their identity is getting disintegrated is because all of these overseas players from abroad, and I thought they were going to go back to the roots. I think Thierry Henry recently said the same thing, that PSG should go back to their roots and find players from their academy, find the best players, French-based players in Ligue 1, and bring them in and create a more of a French-centric team. So what happened to that? What happened to that? And as I said, there is a massive question mark around Galtier as well. He's had a poor season. He's had a poor season from PSG standards, that is, because winning for PSG the league, that's just a given, right? But not progressing too much in the Champions League is a massive issue. It's definitely a massive issue. I wanted to share another factor. I do want to actually, Zach Lowy had a really good tweet that I want to share with you guys. And check this out as well if you guys want to get some extra details about Ugarte. Very, very good conversation that took place in Grizz's channel. Subscribe to Grizz's channel as well if you want some Liverpool content. But they were talking about Ugarte 4 weeks ago because supposedly Liverpool were going after Ugarte as well. I don't know if they were going after him, but there was some sort of rumors happening around Ugarte. This is what Zach Lowy had to say. For Chelsea fans who want to know more about Manuel Ugarte, I spoke about his unique skill set and ceiling on Grizz's channel, so do check that out. And he further goes on to say, still a lot of work to be done, but Chelsea are putting together a promising young spine. Ugarte and Enzo in midfield, Fofana, Badiashile and Colwell to choose from in central defense, and Nkunku arriving from Leipzig. Biggest priorities now need to be a centre forward and goalkeeper. I love this. He's right. Like, hopefully we bounce back good next season. Think it speaks volumes about Ugarte's ambition and pure competitive spirit, as well as Chelsea's project that they've managed to beat out PSG for him. Like, Zach Lowy is fully on top of the Portuguese league. Like, if there's a particular league Zach Lowy is got a lot of expertise in, is the Portuguese league. He goes around and interviews some top personnel from the Portuguese league. So he would know a little bit as well internally what's going on. And he's saying that Chelsea's project that they've managed to beat PSG for him. Similarly to a younger Kante, there are games where it seems he's doing the defensive work of two players. He's relentless. So this is something that I just wanted to share with you guys, that more and more it makes me feel like that this is going to happen for us. Any goalie options means I don't rate Onana. I think Onana is the one that is a huge one, which we'll touch on. I think it dropped yesterday. Actually, we can have a look at it right now as well. Let me just have a quick gaze. I think PYS had something about this. I think Onana is the one that seems to be the highly linked one. There was talks about how Mendy perhaps might be going there. So, and we're heavily linked with Inter Milan for many, for a couple of their players, even Lautaro Martinez. Actually, I'll touch on that too very, very soon. Look at this. Another report. Manuel Ugarte is joining Chelsea, confirms. This is a Uruguayan source. There are players that are close to Ugarte. Where is it? Here we go. There we go. Pochettino is ready to offer Mendy and cash to Inter to sign Andre Onana, reports Santi. I think this is Santi Ayuna. But this is the brother that we're not trusting at the moment with with the Ugarte news. But we want to trust him for the Mendy and Onana news. Look, he's a good source. He's actually a good source, but he's saying that. But do you know what? He's not said that Ugarte or Sporting has absolutely, agreed a term with PSG. He said that Ugarte has done personal agreements with PSG, but Sporting are still, it's not 100% done as yet. Let's have a look. He had some news about. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if we can translate this tweet. Ugarte has an agreement with PSG and Chelsea. Sporting are okay with Chelsea offering more than PSG. For the moment, Paris refuses to match the offer of the Blues. For the moment, Paris refuses to match the offer of the Blues. Chelsea and Sporting want to quickly complete the operation. So, he's not said anything negative about Chelsea. He's just said both have an agreement, personal agreement with the player. But from a club point of view, we are ahead. I wanted to showcase to you in regards to Inter as well. Felix had some interesting comments about 1 hour ago. Everything is as I've reported, not done yet. Very advanced. Chelsea very confident. Ugarte has said yes. Now time for official documents for personal terms and deal. Then it has to be signed. There you go, Felix. An hour ago. Everything is as reported. Not done. Very advanced. Chelsea very confident. Ugarte has said yes. Now time for official documents for personal terms and deals. Like it's very advanced. Like if we are drawing up documents and trying to get it ready for signing, then it makes me think that unless something outrageous happens, this player should be coming to us as opposed to PSG. Think Record heard Ugarte said yes to Chelsea, and that was enough for them to say it's done. It's advanced, and Chelsea are confident, but equally nothing has been officially submitted or signed. How close it is to being done is opinion. The facts are the facts. Fair enough. By the way, Chasure Kasedi has been killing it in the under-20s World Cup, and Kasedi has 8 goals and assists from 5 games, all from midfield, making him a top scorer. Like this guy, I think, well, by the way, what a pose. What a pose, my man. What a pose. This guy's killing it. So, yeah, let's see where the next season future is for Kasedi. I wanted to talk about, he had something about, there we go. Yeah, Inter Milan. Understand Pochettino is still pushing heavily for Lautaro Martinez. Told Poch has spoken to directors on how Lautaro would galvanize attack in order to push deal. Told Poch has directly spoken to his camp to inquire if Lautaro would be open to a move. He's very direct. So watch this space about Lautaro Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. Yet another South American, yet another Argentinian as well. So massive news around this. As I said, Felix has quite a lot of inside details. As revealed previously, Poch has liked Lautaro for years, but he didn't want to join Spurs. He's pushing again. Lautaro wasn't top of Chelsea's initial striker list, but he was on the list. So that's a bit on that, ladies and gentlemen. I think someone said check out Vince. Let me check out Vince. The thing about Vince is he puts news about everyone, which is the crazy part. Hard to distinguish which is real, which isn't. ITES DM, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Review Seb sees criticism of Ugarte. I'm worried. Yeah, I've seen it, man. Look, there's both sides to the coin. You can be worried. You can look at some of the positives. As I said, check out that stream on Grizz's channel 4 weeks ago. Just go back. Zach Lowe's tweet. The link is there. They talk very highly. They talk very, very highly. Zach Lowe is one that watches the Portuguese league religiously. Chelsea are hopeful of beating PSG to the signature of Sporting defensive midfielder Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte would become Mauricio Pochettino's first summer signing in deal worth around 55 million. L'Equipe, Sporting and PSG have reached an agreement for the transfer of Manuel Ugarte, but the Portuguese club is pushing the midfielder towards Chelsea. This is from L'Equipe. That's a huge one. But nothing is final yet. The Uruguayan is closer this Saturday to joining Chelsea. There you go. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, look, we're going to slowly wrap things up. at the moment, all I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we need to be totally worried as yet. If we do screw this up, of course, monumental screw up. But I have faith that our club is doing everything possible to make it happen. I really do. I like the way how our board of directors are moving so far in this transfer window. Lots of players to be cleared out. And we are also working on players who can come in as well. We're going to start putting some groundwork on Caicedo. We already have previously anyway with Brighton. Don't forget, Brighton, we've got a bit of dealings with them. We've given them Billy Gilmore. They've given us Cucurella. They've got Levi Colwell. Do you know what I mean? There's obviously with Graham Potter as well. So hopefully we can do something with Caicedo. I think Caicedo does prefer Arsenal though, because he was pushing to move to Arsenal. Well, you never know. He could potentially forget about all of that. So I'm not worried about that. Prabal, not going to worry much. We're following record from the get-go. Not going to change source, just looking at some French PRs. No, absolutely. Well said, man. Well said. Last couple of comments before we wrap things up. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up to 200. We've got nearly 500 plus. So let's get those likes up to 200. If you're here for the first time, subscribe as well. Ugarte is very talented. He's still young, and Chelsea needs to develop him to be an elite level player where we aren't buying finished articles. Look, we're not buying finished articles, but these are highly, highly talented players. And I think someone like Pochettino, I don't think necessarily needs a finished article. I think he'd rather work with players that can potentially become finished articles under him. So gives him the scope to coach them. Of course, the club will want 2 payments. We'll move on quickly if this falls apart. Last but not least, Mark Smith, prime cover, low, he's dusted. Miz, I don't know why our fan base is so impatient. It's not easy as buying vegetables. I'm sure he's coming to us. People need to just chill and calm down. Look, you know me. I'm realistic. I assess the situation and then I'll give you guys my opinion on it. And my opinion on this particular matter is I haven't seen anything so far that is to say to me that Chelsea are not in this at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, if anything, we are very deep in this matter, more deeper than PSG. So unless otherwise, all the news starts dropping in saying that PSG are getting ahead, right now I'm not worried one bit, because everyone so far has been saying PSG is not going to match like the agreement, the extra bit of bonuses and incentives that we've got for Sporting. PSG is not going to match that. So, and the player wants Premier League move. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. If there's anything major, if it happens before I go to bed in about another 2-3 hours time, then I'll come in live. If not, you shall see another video later on UK evening time, wrapping up the day's news, much like all the other day. It probably drops around 9:30, 10, roughly around that time, between 9 to 10 p.m. UK. So do look out for that. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.